Welcome, 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 everybody. This is the People's Music Network song and poetry swap. We have been doing this a lot since 2020, and it's been a few months since we've done one of these kind of like regular things in the middle of the week. We just are coming off of a great winter hybrid convergence that took place in New York City and around the world on Zoom, and really excited to be sharing songs tonight by members of the People's Music Network for Songs of Freedom and Struggle. And I just want to tell you a few things as we get started. So, we're a membership organization. We've got about 400 members around the world, especially concentrated in the Northeast. And our members are activists, musicians, songwriters that are making music and participating in the movement for justice and peace with their music. Um, the People's Music Network is here to sustain and grow a diverse community of performing artists, activists, and allies that are using music, poetry, and other art forms as catalysts for a just and peaceful world. And one of the ways we facilitate that community space is here on Zoom, having these song swaps. And another way we do it is through in-person events. So we just did one of those in-person events, like I mentioned in New York City last month, but we've got a number of them coming up as well. And I just want to highlight a few of them real quick. So I'll share my screen and just show you kind of what we got going here. This is the People's Music Network website, peoplesmusic.org. If you go to events and upcoming events, it shows you all the different things that we're doing. I know some of the performers tonight are new members of People's Music Network and might not be familiar yet with all of the events that we do on a regular basis. But this PMN Songs for Our Time online song swap is a monthly event. We're bringing it back as a monthly event, and that's tonight. Then we also have Songs of the Spirit. That's a really cool thing. That's not live streamed, but we get people together and we share simple, easy to sing songs, and it really has been a transformative thing for the whole community of singers that's been getting together on that. There's also the People's Music Network Songwriters Peer Feedback Session that's been going on. So like anybody, if you got like a song in progress, if you're a songwriter and you're looking for feedback from a community of politically minded songwriters, this is a really great resource, a community resource. There's no one like songwriting guru in this group who like is the be all end all authority on songwriting. This is really a community process where we are trying to develop a stronger political songs that make a clear political message. And then we're going to do the same thing, Songs for Our Time, PMN Song and Poetry Swap, next month, actually, Thursday, March 14th, to be precise. So you can sign up for that and share a song then. And like I said, we do also the in-person gathering. We have a People's Music Network fall gathering scheduled for October 4th through 6th in Groton, Massachusetts at Camp Grotonwood. We actually went to this place for the first time last May, and we called it the summer gathering. And in 2024, the summer gathering is becoming a fall gathering. So, but we have it's going to be the same beautiful tradition of people coming together, singing these songs and sharing skills. So we're really looking forward to releasing more information about that as we get that all together. So that's some things to look forward to on the People's Music Network calendar. Just before we get to all the music tonight, I want to encourage people definitely to share the live stream link if you haven't already. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, please like the stream, and just posting that again into the chat. I'll make sure I posted the right thing here. Yeah, post this to social media. Tune in to the song swap. This is the information you're going to need. Posting it once more, and yeah, some conventions for tonight. The lyrics are also posted, so people who sent their lyrics in ahead of time, I got those all into a Google folder, and you can use those to to take a look at, like, you know, all the craftsmanship that's in the lyrics that people are sharing. We got a lot of original songs tonight. We also have people singing songs written by other songwriters, which is great. But this is a cool resource to be able to share lyrics. So if you hear something tonight you want to learn, watch the recording afterwards and take a look at the lyrics. We're also trying to create a community of support here for this craft we're into. So we do that one way is by offering verbal encouragement. So when you perform, take a minute to say something that is positive about the song that you just heard. Have it be something that's focused on your own experience of that piece, and have it be brief. So we're really aiming to share with one another, like, what's real? What are we really experiencing about what we just heard in the song that was just shared? And it's plenty enough to say, just to share what you heard. And if you also want to share something that actually truly moved you in your heart, please share that too. That's great. Use the chat box to give written encouragement throughout the whole evening. So if you want to comment on every songwriter who performs tonight, do it. Use that chat box to do that. We're aiming to just kind of keep each performance to about 5 minutes. You know, it's fine if you have an introduction to help us understand the song a little bit, but see if you can keep that brief as well. So that's kind of the plan. We got our very first performer is named Barbara Dyskant. I want to bring her onto the stage right now. It's good to see you, Barbara. Welcome back. How you doing? Tell us about what you got for us.
I've got a song called What Can It Take? And I am doing a plug as well for the If I Had a Song peer feedback group, because both as one of the facilitators and also this is a song that I workshopped at it and completely changed the ending as a result of some comments I had that were given to me at that workshop. So I feel really good about it. It's a very supportive group. Also, there were a couple of comments that I did not take. It's like you don't have to take all of them. So anyway, that's enough of a plug. This particular song I almost thought was too personal, and as I reflected and ran it by people, it's like it doesn't only refer to personal goals, but it could also refer to putting off activism or things we want to do for the planet or anything else we want to do. So that's the song's called What Will It Take? And I hope you like it. And thanks for all being here. I feel deprived. I'm the first one, so I don't get to comment on anyone else's song. I love doing that. I've always known what I want to do. And just like overnight, I'm 62. I feel real proud of things I did. But I've had this longing since I was a kid. What would it take to follow my dream? No matter how remote it may seem. What would it take to follow my heart? How will I feel in 20 years if I don't start? I've had excuses. Oh, I've had plenty. I tried an open mic when I was 20. I tried to sing the songs I wrote, but the words just kinda got stuck in my throat. Since then I've been too tired and too busy, and my voice keeps going flat. Too emotionally impractical, too old on top of that. Incompetent, unpredictable, irresponsible to the core. But I don't want to hear my old excuses anymore. What would it take to follow my dreams? No matter how remote it will seem. What would it take to follow my heart? How will I feel in 20 years if I don't start? My songs, they keep on coming. I keep on getting more. They're falling off the kitchen table and rolling out the door. Last night I heard a singer. His voice was clear and true. I could feel my tears. I want to be like him and share my songs with you. I'm sure I'm not the only one who's tucked her dreams away. Could I inspire you to find yours too if I sing these words today? What would it take to follow my dream? No matter how remote it may seem. What would it take to follow my heart? The time is now, right now, to make that start. Whatever it takes, it's time to make that start. Whatever it takes, the time is now. Make that start.
Yeah. Bravo.
Thank you.
I love hearing a new song from you. That's beautiful. Let's bring on our next performer, Jason Baker.
Wow,
You care to
Barbara.
share a word with Barbara?
Yeah, you know, that was completely relatable, inspirational, and you've written the theme song for the older emerging songwriter, for sure. Everything you said was in my head already. I was going to be a letter to the editor to the folk community, but instead you've written the song. That was beautiful. I think a lot of other people here also relate to that.
Thank you.
Nice job. Thank you, actually. I'm going to do a new song. This was actually workshopped in one of the If I Had a Song workshops. It's called What Would the Prophets Say? What would the prophets say to see you kill young women in their name? To see you killing children just the same? Would they feel betrayed and ashamed to see all of their visions in flames? What would the prophets say? What will the prophets see when they gaze upon your destiny? Would they warn you what is going to be the consequences of your blasphemy? What would the prophets say to see you kill young women in their name? To see you killing children just the same? Would they feel betrayed and ashamed to see all of their visions in flames? What would the prophets say? What would the prophets do about Christians, Muslims, and Jews doing what God told them not to do? What would they do with you? What would the prophets say to see you kill young women in their name? To see you killing children just the same? Would they feel betrayed and ashamed to see all of their visions in flames? What would the prophets say? What would the prophets say?
Bravo.
Thanks. Thank you.
Jason, will you share a little bit about the, before I bring on Bet Paget to share a word about your song and to share her song, the process of bringing that to If I Had a Song? I mean, we had 2 of them in a row that have been through that peer review process.
That's right.
What was it like?
Well, well, you got one of the things I've just found in general in other places and here that the process of sharing with other songwriters and hearing their thoughts on what they would do differently to the song or things they wanted to hear more of or things they didn't work for them or that kind of basically the process is in fact typically to say start where they use stars and wishes. You basically say what you like about a song, and then you say, I would wish for this chorus to be longer, or I'd wish for this to have a bridge, or I wish for a weird chord in this song, or or for it to be slower or faster or a different key, or any suggestion, and then you can take it or leave it. And essentially, by giving it sort of gives you permission to work with your art. Songs can be edited; it's not sculpture. Where if where you've got to make that decision before you hit the chisel, you can just reshape it, and that's cool. And you can reshape it however you like. So you can experiment and take it through. And I think this song was, it had minor changes in it. The basic premise was there, and the basic melody and everything was there, but there were specific lines and things, and the general length of the song, that kind of thing. So it was fascinating to. It's always a good.
Do you remember any one comment you got that you like?
I think I needed. I think I needed. You know what? The chorus wasn't quite working because I had one too many. Like I had one less line that I needed, and so I ended up coming up with another line, and that was just me realizing that that was what it was. I guess people were like, put it. I don't know. This chorus for some people the chorus didn't work. For some people it did. So I just looked at it, and I realized it would be better if I added one more line of detail, and I did, which is the children line, which actually sort of diversifies the song because this is. Interestingly, the song is about pretty much everybody in the Middle East, and not about one group or another in particular. So it developed that way.
I think one of the fascinating things about song critique and peer critique, particularly, is that you can get feedback, and then the person they might be saying what is true from their mindset about what works or doesn't work about the song. And you might totally disagree with the way they're interpreting the song you wrote, and yet you still get value from it because you get information about how it's landing with other people.
A very important features to whether people are getting your message clearly or getting other messages. That's true.
Well, let's bring on a next performer, Bet Paget. Bet, welcome back. Feel free to offer a word to Jason.
Jason, that was awesome. It really was. And I think that is what is making this war so... we just don't understand it, how people, a certain religion can feel that it's right for them to murder innocent people. And you said it, and it angers me. It makes me sad. I would love to be here. I would not like to be here because I don't want to see where the world is headed in 100 years. But I would love to just read the history books and see what people in 100 years have to say about what's going on right now in the Middle East. So thank you for writing that. Thank you so much.
Thank you for your kind words. Appreciate it.
So this is a co-write with Gail Orr, who is a poet, musician from the Pittsburgh area, and John Hone, who is he's a musician and a songwriter from the New Jersey area. And Gail wrote this beautiful poem and asked John and I if we would help her. So they tweaked the lyrics a lot. I might have tweaked a little bit, but I put it to music, and it's a song about climate change and what it has done to the small farmer who is having a difficult time making ends meet. So he ends up allowing fracking on his land. So it's called Great October Days. A new kind of taproots digging down to break the shale. And another stubborn farmer here refuses to fail. We can't blame him, we all know his tale of gray October days. We've had nothing but our prayers and scattered rains this year. Dead roots cling to a boot, rust falls from an old John Deere. So we can't blame him, we all know his fear of gray October days. Harvest time, we're riding high on bumpy carts of hay. October frost, we're getting lost in a twisted cornstalk maze. The sun's a blur behind the heavy gathering haze in gray October days. Family names mark the crossroads of tractors and plow horse yokes. Old wheels spin the slowest beneath the strain of fallow hope. And the upkeep's just another knot in the fraying rope of gray October days. Now near his drill site's a blistered cow and the creek's new oily stink. An agent's quick denial and the company's crooked wink. The drumming winds of autumn become too loud to think in these gray October days. Plant against your neighbor's fence a strange new hybrid yield. Silver for the banker, just copper dust against your field. Harvest time, we're riding high on bumpy carts of hay. October frost, we're getting lost in a twisted cornstalk maze. The sun's a blur behind the heavy gathering haze in gray October days. Now our nights stay lit as days grow dim, loans are coming due. We know he's not to blame for this hellish season blowing through. We swear that we don't blame him, but we whisper that we do in these gray October days. Leaves are clinging in the wind, we're so lost inside this maze of gray October days. These gray October days.
Thank you, Bet. That was really beautiful. Wow. Steve Suffett is our next performer. What do you have to say to Bet?
Let's see. Hold on a sec. The host spotlighted you to what that.
Ah, we hear you.
Myself. I see. Okay, good. Wow. I think I've probably written, I don't know, 50, 100 songs. Never anything so sophisticated. I was entirely fixed on the music and the melody line, but also the accompaniment, the arpeggios, the unexpected chords, the diminished chords that got thrown in there at a particular point, the little descending bass lines, incredibly sophisticated music to go with incredibly sophisticated lyrics. I mean, it was a perfect match between the lyrics and the music, and that's what a song is all about.
Thank you.
And just reading from the comments, Stephen Greenberg said, "What a beautiful song, Bet. You've reached right through to the sadness and empathy underneath the anger." I love that.
Wonderful.
Bonnie Lockhart from California wrote, "Music of Gray October fits the poignant lyrics so well. Lovely guitar work, too." And Barbara Dyskant said, "The poetry and truth and melody all combined to make a beautiful and moving song." Thank you, Bet.
Thank you all.
The song I'm going to do is just a gospel song. If you see any politics in it, that's your imagination. If you see any politics or any comments on the Middle East, for example, then you're probably one of those people who listens to Melanie Safka and sees sex when she's singing about roller skates, or listens to Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds and he figures out it's about drugs or something like it. No, it's not. It's just a gospel song. Who is David and who is Goliath? Now the wheel has turned. And who fights with stones? And who is the giant? Now the wheel has turned. Here's a chorus now. Now the wheel has turned, good Lord. Now the wheel has turned. Who fights with stones? And who is the giant? Now the wheel has turned. And who is the giant? And who fights with stones? Now the wheel has turned. And who has the right to call this land their own? Now the wheel has turned. Chorus coming up. Now the wheel has turned, good Lord. Now the wheel has turned. Who has the right to call this land their own? Now the wheel has turned. And who has the right to call this land their own? Now the wheel has turned. And who has the might to drive others from their home? Now the wheel has turned. Now the wheel has turned, good Lord. Now the wheel has turned. Who has the might to drive others from their home? Now the wheel has turned. And can you tell me if the wheel will turn again? Now the wheel has turned. The question isn't if, the question it is when. Now the wheel has turned. Now the wheel has turned, good Lord. Now the wheel has turned. The question isn't if, the question it is when. Now the wheel has turned. So who is David and who is Goliath? Now the wheel has turned. And who fights with stones? And who is the giant? Now the wheel has turned. Last time. Now the wheel has turned, good Lord. Now the wheel has turned. Who fights with stones? And who is the giant? Now the wheel has turned.
Bravo.
And as I said, it's just a gospel song. If you see anything else, that's your imagination.
Well, what did you hear in your imagination, Bonnie?
Well, as someone who always thought Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds was about LSD, my imagination took me to current events. And I really loved that song. I loved singing along, and it's just one of those moments when I like, somebody invent Zoom that everybody can use so we can sing along, because never having heard that song, it was just, you had to sing it right away, and I love those kind of songs.
If you want, I could send you the song. I could send you an MP3 or a link to.
Sure.
And then I'll send you the lyrics. I think I have your email address somewhere.
Yeah, I'd love it. It's when you want to sing right away. And
okay, that's fine.
I think it will appeal to the imaginations of many people, and I hope it appeals to more.
Well,
all right.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Really enjoyed that.
This is called a song I wrote called "Rainbow in My Rearview Mirror." Some years back, I went to a demonstration that kind of revived some activism here, particularly around climate. And I saw a whole lot of people I hadn't seen in a really long time, people my own age. And it was just so great to see these people still being active when we hadn't seen each other for so long. And a lot of them were there with their kids, their adult kids who were also organizing for climate at that point. So I just felt so great about it. It just really uplifted me. And shortly after that, I was driving and I saw a rainbow in my rearview mirror, and I thought, yeah, that's just exactly how I feel now. I got a rainbow in my rearview mirror. I cannot turn around, I got to keep my eyes up here. But now and then I check it out, I see it bright and clear. I got a rainbow in my rearview mirror. I'm mighty grateful for the places that I've been before I got there. They seem beyond imagining, but imagine them we did, and then with heart and hand in mind, set out to build that just and joyful world for humankind. I got a rainbow in my rearview mirror. I cannot turn around, I got to keep my eyes up here. But now and then I check it out, I see it bright and clear. I got a rainbow in my rearview mirror. I'm mighty grateful for all that work we did and for the good times no laws or customs could forbid. And though some hearts were broken and some dreams could not come true, I'll never lose my love for all of us who are seeing it through. I got a rainbow in my rearview mirror. I cannot turn around, I got to keep my eyes up here. But now and then I check it out, I see it bright and clear. I got a rainbow in my rearview mirror. I'm mighty grateful for the rain and for the sun and for young people whose journey's just begun. Their brilliance helps me look ahead with wit and energy. And now and then I hope they'll glimpse that rainbow behind me. I got a rainbow in my rearview mirror. I cannot turn around, I got to keep my eyes up here. But now and then I check it out, I see it bright and clear. I got a rainbow in my rearview mirror. Thanks.
Bravo, Bonnie. A lot of hope in that song. I love that. All the energy of the youth. I want to bring on Clyde. I feel like, Bonnie, you're in California. Clyde, are you also in California?
I am in California, and I don't know if Bonnie remembers, but 10 years ago, you kind of set me on the path that I'm on. I had started singing for a preschool, and you told me to get in touch with Children's Music Network, and now that's what I do. I sing for preschools and daycare centers, and they pay me American dollars, and I make more than most performing musicians I do by doing that. That was a great song. It was a great song to remind us that there are good things in the world, and sometimes it's hard to remember that. I've actually changed the song that I'm singing today because I saw two op-eds on the theme of this song, one in the New York Times, one here in the San Francisco Chronicle, and then a third one that I saw online, all with this comment. And this is an old song. I wrote it 8 years ago. You'll figure out when I did write it. And like so many songs that we sing, I wish I didn't have to sing it anymore, but we do. They say he's a straight shooter who will make the country great. by saying what they all believe at heart. And even though he's hateful, they hate what he hates, and he's got money, so they think he must be smart. He is comically outrageous, and his thinking is dead wrong. He's a bigot, he's a bully, he's a boor. And yet when I sat down to try to write a funny song, it didn't seem so funny anymore. When you ask about the real world, all that they can say is he'll fix everything just by talking tough. They believe he'll build a wall to keep all bad things away. It's what he says, you can't make up this stuff. He's the color of a pumpkin and he talks about his schlong. We've never had such good material before. And yet when I sat down to try to write a funny song, it didn't seem so funny anymore. I thought he was too far out there and his views were too bizarre. He'd get caught when he made some stupid gaffe. This never should have happened, and yet here we are. And now it hurts even when we laugh, 'cause there is so much there to laugh at, so much that is wrong. You'd think I'd have you rolling on the floor. And yet when I sat down to try to write a funny song, it didn't seem so funny anymore. No, it doesn't seem so funny. He could be the one to say who's on the court or where we go to war. 'Cause in spite of all the jokes and facts, he just won't go away. So it doesn't seem so funny. It doesn't seem so funny. It really isn't funny anymore. Thank you.
Thank you. So you updated that song.
No, I didn't. Those are the words I wrote 8 years ago. They really are. And it still does not seem funny, you know. It would the op-eds were about whether Saturday Night Live and Stephen Colbert should keep on making the jokes that they're making, and because every time you make a joke, you say his name, you know.
Well, Michael and Nell, what do you have to say to Clyde?
Love that song.
Yeah,
I'm listening. I'm saying, he wrote this 8 years ago. How did you know?
He was running for it. I wrote it basically when it seemed like he was going to get the nomination 8 years ago.
So where are
Boy,
you?
it's
Are
time
you?
flies, wow.
I've got a question for you. You're in San Francisco?
I'm in Berkeley.
Oh, yo.
Okay. Yeah, we're used to that. People say this from San Francisco. They're from, where are you really from? Walnut Creek?
Well, Berkeley's even worse. I'm from San Francisco, native, born.
Me too. I'm a native.
Well, we were that rare breed. And Michael lived there for about 20 years. So we have, my brother still has the house in San Francisco that we grew up in, which is worth millions. It's just a little, you know.
Everything is.
Crazy.
Yeah, a friend of mine just got.
I don't know if worth is the right word. They all cost millions. That's it.
Yeah, it costs millions, right.
Yeah. A friend of mine bought a condo over on
In the Mission.
in Noe Valley.
In Noe Valley.
Even more. And I forget how many millions he said it was. It was
I'm sure.
5, I don't know.
He was thrilled.
Yeah, very happy.
Well, I just want to say we're in Nashville, where gentrification is rapidly happening as well, unfortunately. And we were going to do a song that was listed in there, but we decided not to do it. It's our song that we're working on a video on, and we decided we were going to hold off on that song till we got this really snappy video done, and then we'll bring it back. So we're going to do another song for you tonight.
We're gonna do headphones?
Yes.
Or no?
This is off our Welcome Home.
Welcome home, yeah.
Welcome Home album.
Yep.
And it's about a group called the Dreamers. Remember those guys? They're still out there trying to,
Trying to have a normal life. you
yeah,
know?
right, crazy. So here it goes. It's called No Man's Land.
Okay. To find a better life, we crossed the Rio Grande, floating through the shadows to no man's land. Veracruz is the place where I was born. Family worked in the hot sun growing corn. When American crops flooded Mexico, we could not survive, so we had to go. Driven from our home, we crossed the Rio Grande. Now we're living in the shadows of no man's land. My father brought me here when I was 4. I picked your fruit and swept up your floor. I stared at pictures in magazines. The promise of America filled my dreams. I want to plant my flag, but I don't know where I stand. Dreaming in the shadows in no man's land. So I live in fear of a knock on my door. Man says I can't live here anymore, taking me from the only life I've known to another country that's never been my home. To find a better life, we crossed the Rio Grande. Now we're hiding in the shadows in no man's land. The cards that I was dealt were not my choice. I was just a child. I never had a voice. I am just one story. There are many more like me, looking for the light, longing to be free. To find a better life, we crossed the Rio Grande. Now we're living in the shadows in no man's land. I want to plant my flag, but I don't know where I stand. Dreaming in the shadows in no man's land. Dreaming in the shadows in no man's land.
Thank you for that beautiful song. I want to bring on Donald Roby. Donald, tell us what you heard. Speak to Michael and Nell about that last song if you can.
Well, that was fun. It was. Oh, am I
Oh, we
muted?
hear you, Donald. Yeah, we
Oh.
hear you.
Okay, that was a fun song. I enjoyed that.
Thanks. We enjoy playing it.
And Donald, feel free to tell us about yourself and the song that you'll be singing.
Well, I am not a songwriter, so I play other people's songs, and I'll be doing. I do a lot of Phil Oakes, Tom Paxton, and John Prine, and this one is Phil Oakes. So.
And just as you're bringing up the guitar, Donald, I just wanted to read a few comments from the chat for Michael and Nell. Sally Campbell wrote in, "You guys are amazing. You face some of the hardest things." This is about the song No Man's Land. "You guys are amazing. You face some of the hardest things and tell the story in such a real way. My heart is hurting listening to this one." Thank you, Sally, for that comment. Barbara Dyskant wrote, "Beautiful and true. The instrumentation and music goes perfectly with the story. Love those chord changes, Michael and Nell," from Paul Kaplan. And Stephen Greenberg wrote in, "A perfect song in every possible way, still ringing in my ears." And it's not the tinnitus. So meanwhile, it seems like we lost Donald Roby. He may have had an internet connection issue, so I'll try to be in touch with him and see if we can get him back on the Zoom. So what I'd like to do is actually move ahead to the next performer. That's Joseph Oulahan Pepe. Yeah, Pepe. How you doing, Pepe?
I'm doing good. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I hear you. Thanks for jumping in there. Did you want to offer a word to the previous songwriters, Michael and Nell?
Sure. Well, I mean, I'm very close to the issue of living in no man's land, and I think that's an excellent theme, and I think they did a real good job with it. It's a very interesting, that to me, that phrase "no man's land." If you think about it long enough and you think about it through the view of many different traditions, it's pretty scary, that someone should feel like they're living in no man's land. And the people that are living in no man's land, so to speak, right now, are really suffering and being batted around like pawns in a ping pong game, or ping pong balls in a ping pong game. And it's pretty horrible, if you ask me. So I just would shout and say thank you for that song. I thought it was terrific. And it's really great to see a couple playing together. It always makes me happy. I don't know if you are a couple or not, but you seem like you are. And if you are, congratulations. That's fantastic.
For a long time.
So far, so
Thank you very much. It's wonderful. Nothing like it.
Rehearsals are easy to schedule, I'll tell you.
Noted in the chat earlier, my network has been flaky. I just got disconnected.
Oh, thank you. So Donald, we're gonna go to you and then Sally Campbell. I got so we're gonna go Pepe, Donald, Sally Campbell. That's the new order.
Okay.
All right. So take it away, Pepe.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate being here. I'm not sure if I, am in the right place when I listen to some of you guys play, because I don't have that kind of ability, but I do I've always liked to write songs about what I'm doing in terms of activism. And currently I've been working with the Poor People's Campaign. Hopefully you are all familiar with the Poor People's Campaign. Started way back with Martin Luther King, and then it was resurrected through the work of mostly Reverend Barber. I just wanted to, put in a plug real quickly. March 2nd, we're going to have rallies all over the country in our state houses. And if you don't know about it, go to the website and see if there's one in your state, and please show up. Very important. Poverty is the 4th leading cause of death in the United States, and that's unacceptable. But anyway, what happened was...
Are you be singing at? Are you going to be singing at one of those rallies?
No, I don't perform. I really, to tell you the truth,
okay.
I like to write songs better. I recognize my voice is not worth, it's not a performance voice, and my playing is even worse. But I do like to write songs, and other people have taken them and singing them.
Are you going to go to one of those rallies? Which one are you going to?
Oh yeah, this March 2nd. I'll be there. I'll do the legislative visits also.
What state are you in?
I'm in Wisconsin, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. But the rally will be in Madison. And we're hoping to get people all over the country to stand up and speak up on March 2nd. So anyway, this song, the one that's in, I don't know if you got my email today, Ben, or not, but I changed the song that I originally put in. So the lyrics are a little bit different. But it's basically my tribute to the Poor People's Campaign. I've been working with them for about a year. And it's just a short little song, but it kind of tries to express how I feel about what we're doing and how important it is. And it's called Forward Together. Forward together, not one step.
I'll stop you right there. So Pepe, can you turn on the original sound there? It'll be a little upper left.
Oh yeah, no, it keeps turning off on me.
It does do that.
Is that better?
Did you? Does it say on up there in the upper left?
Yes. Yes,
Great.
it
Let's hear the
does.
song. Go ahead.
Can you hear my guitar? Can you hear it? Hello?
Not super well, but I do hear your voice.
Man, I can't believe this. I have
Sound
worked with this
technology
song.
is tricky. Like, we got a community here of beautiful musicians and songwriters. So let's hear the song. Let's hear it.
I
What do you got?
didn't make it the sound check because I was watching my
It's
grandkids.
okay. Let's
But
hear the
anyway,
song.
here
We
we
want to
go.
hear it.
See what we can do. Forward together, not one step back. Headed to that better day. That's a fact. Forward together, not one step back. We're headed to that better day. That's a fact. You ask how we can change things, 'cause there's things that's really changing. Things that just ain't right, need rearranging. You say it won't be easy, then yeah, that might be true. But you let me hear you say, there's nothing we can do. You ask how we will make it to that better day. I look at you, you look at me, and this is what I say. Put together, not one step back. You're headed to that better day. That's a fact. Put together, not one step back. We're headed to that better day. That's a fact. You say the fight is over, the money boys have won. I'm sorry, they say that fight is over, the money boys have won. But I'm not buying into that. There's still work to be done. So I bring my neighbor, you bring your friend. There's power in numbers and the message that it sends. You ask me how we'll make it to that better day. I look at you, you look at me, and this is what I say. Forward together, not one step back. We're headed to that better day. That's a fact. Forward together, not one step back. We're headed to that better day. That's a fact.
Bravo.
Sorry, I have to mess up in there.
Hey, thank you so much, Pepe. Just want to say we heard the song. That's a beautiful sentiment. Forward together, not one step back. And I think that I hope that song does get sung at one of those rallies coming up on March 2nd with the Poor People's Campaign. I know I'm hoping to be at the one in Boston There's, I believe, 30 or 32 different state capitals where it's all happening on March 2nd. And we have had some workshops at People's Music Network in the past about the Poor People's Campaign and the songs of the Poor People's Campaign. And so I know you're in Wisconsin, a little hard to get to the events when they're happening on the East Coast, but I hope you can make it out one of these times. I want to bring on Donald Roby, whose network connection is back.
And
Welcome, Donald. Feel free to offer a word to Pepe before you tell us about the song you'll be singing.
Well, that was wonderful. My network is still flaky, so I didn't hear all of it. But yes, I would like to hear that at one
That's
of the.
great. You know, and I'll just say, Stephen Greenberg wrote in. It was a great to hear that song. This is to you, Pepe. Nice melody, right on lyrics. Let's get to that better day. And Bill said, your passion really comes through in your singing and playing. Thank you, Pepe. So it's all you now, Donald. Tell us what you want to sing.
And I do live near Boston, so I might get down to there. So I'm going to sing Phil Oakes, When I'm Gone. There's no place in this world where I'll belong when I'm gone, and I won't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone, and you won't find me singing on this song when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't feel the flowing of the time when I'm gone. And the pleasures of love will not be mine when I'm gone. My pen won't pour out a lyric line when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't breathe the bracing air when I'm gone. And I can't even worry about my cares when I'm gone. Can't be asked to do my share when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't be running from the rain when I'm gone. And I can't even suffer from the pain when I'm gone. Can't refuse to praise or lose the blame when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. Won't see the golden of the sun when I'm gone. And the evenings and the mornings will be one when I'm gone. Can't be singing louder than the drums when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. All my days won't be dances of delight when I'm gone, and the sands will be shifting from my sight when I'm gone. Can't add my name into the fight when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. And I won't be laughing at the lies when I'm gone, and I can't question how or when or why when I'm gone. Can't live proud enough to die when I'm gone, so I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here. There's no place in this world where I'll belong when I'm gone. And I don't know the right from the wrong when I'm gone. You won't find me singing on the song when I'm gone. So I guess I'll have to do it. I guess I'll have to do it. I guess I'll have to do it while I'm here.
Thank you for that beautiful song, Donald. We love that song. It's beautiful. Thanks for singing it. I want to bring on Sally Campbell. Sally is here from New York City. Welcome, Sally.
Hello. Oh, Donald, that is one of my all-time favorite songs, and you did it well, so well, even
Thank you.
despite all of the technical problems of, when you're new at this stuff, there's so many things you have to learn. But you learned that song and you sang it with your heart, and you sang it really well. So
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm glad you're still here, so you can sing it. You don't have to be gone yet.
Yep.
You're beautiful.
I
Clearly
would.
you are in the older group, like me.
I have always thought of that song. Oakes titled it "When I'm Gone." I would like to title it "While I'm Here."
You're right. You're right. Absolutely.
But yeah.
Oh,
But he wrote it, so he gets to say.
so I'm sure there are things being said about it in the chat as well. So be sure to check out the chat if you haven't yet, because you're new and you may not all know all the little ins and outs of this game. So welcome to People's Music Network. I think this is your first time, right?
No. I've been here before.
Oh, well, welcome back then. Keep coming. So I have a song. The People's Music Network has a live stream, and we have this problem of people getting into the politics and even in getting arguments and forgetting about songs. So, but there was this, Mitchell Cohen shared this wonderful article about a woman who had been teaching a Tanisha Coates book and got into big trouble doing that in the South. And then she's doing it again, but she's doing it carefully with the law and the rules that they put down. And it was a wonderful article, but he didn't say anything about a song. I said, well, how can we turn this into one with a song? And Vicky Roby sent in a song that's sort of connected to it in a way. And it's called Black and White. It was written back in 1954 by David Arkin, Alan Arkin's father, and also Earl Robison did the music. And it was to celebrate the Brown versus Board of Education decision. And it's called Black and White. And I've added some verses to it and changed a few things, particularly, when it's his, I wanted to change it to them and so forth. So let's see if I can do this a cappella this time. The ink is black and the page is white. Together we learn to read and write, to read and write. The robes are black and the faces white. The schoolroom door was shown closed so tight, closed so tight. 9 judges each set down his name to end those years and years of shame, years of shame. And now a child can understand this is the law of all the land, all the land. The slate is black and the chalk is white. The words stand out so clear and bright, so clear and bright. And now at last we plainly see the alphabet of liberty, of liberty. Oh, a child is black or a child is white. The whole world looks upon this sight. What a beautiful sight. For all the world can understand this is the way. Well, I'm trying to read the lyrics because I haven't entirely learned them. For very well, the whole world knows this is the way that freedom grows. Freedom grows. But no one is black. No one is white. Our skins are dark. and some skins are light. Both both dark and light. Within those skins, both dark and light, there shines a lovely, loving light, a loving light. The outworn need to segregate was caused by fear and causes hate. It causes hate. The earth is dark and the earth is light. It turns by day and it turns by night. It turns by night. It turns so each and every one can have their moment in the sun, in the sun. And now I've got to get that lyric again. I'm sorry about that. Now everyone can understand this is the love of all the lands, of all the lands. The ink is black, the page is white. Together we learn to read and write and how to make things right.
Thank you, Sally. Thank you for that. I want to invite Stephen Greenberg to the stage. Stephen, you're a relatively new member of People's Music Network. Sally is a friend of mine, but maybe you can share a word about what you heard in her song with her.
I would like to thank you, Sally, for sharing a fine song about busting through duality. And I'm going to be trying to do the same, actually, with this next song. And I want to add that as a virtually retired lawyer, this close, I especially appreciate the reminder that we need to reclaim the Supreme Court. So I'm joining Clyde and Nell, at least, as I understood, in being San Francisco born, but I'm currently in the Sierra foothills in Northern California. And yes, as Ben said, I'm a brand newbie, but I've been writing songs for 56 years, which might sound like a long time, but it's nowhere near as long as the conflicts and suffering going on in the Middle East, which is what this song is about. It's called Schrodinger's Land, and that's a takeoff on Schrodinger's cat, which I don't know if everybody's heard of. So quick summary, it's basically a theoretical quantum mechanics concept that explores the idea that something or someone, the cat in that example, can exist in two opposing states, alive and dead, at the same time. So the song idea is that Palestine/Israel is Schrodinger's land in reverse. It's two opposing states that exist simultaneously as a single land. And one more important comment before I start. It's a very short song, but it's really important when I get to the end. There's a 3-word chant, which you'll hear, and I'm hoping that you'll join in. This is Schrodinger's land in reverse. It's both heaven and hell here on earth. When two opposite states share the cruelest of fates, 'cause their land is the same, doesn't matter what name, it's up to all of us to cancel the curse. When it's Schrodinger's land in reverse, no one's better than you, no one's worse. There's no God-given right to more worth. You can't solve things with walls, doesn't matter how tall. Can't wish people away when they're all here to stay, with human rights fully vested at birth. This is Schrodinger's land in reverse. You might think me naive, but I've got to believe we can open the gates, we can harness the hate, we can speak with one voice, offer only one choice. We can stop sending bombs, bring just caring and calm. Let all stories be heard, no one's history blurred. Let all children grow, make sure they all know we've got
Bravo. Steven Greenberg. So I think I saw you at the round robin, the hybrid round robin we did last month.
Yes.
So that was
That was
maybe
my
your
debut.
first one. Your debut at the People's Music Network. I love it. And how did you hear about the People's Music Network?
A local. I'm in Nevada City, California, and another local singer-songwriter sent me an email telling me I might be interested in that event. He's not a member of PMN. Maybe he'll join. I encouraged him.
Okay.
But yeah, I just got turned on to it by somebody. I don't know how he heard about it, but I am glad. Thank you for the welcome.
I know, it's like we have an organization of members now. I don't know when he told you about it, but People's Music Network hosted an event in December 21st, actually, and it was the gist of the title was "Songs in the Struggle for a Ceasefire for peace with justice in Israel-Palestine." That was basically the idea. So we had a panel of different musical activists from around the country who were talking about how they've been using songs calling for an immediate permanent ceasefire in the war in Gaza. And it was a very successful event and brought.
I was there.
You were there. Oh, so you
Yeah.
you heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about, that's what he told me about, was that event. I think after
brilliant.
hearing that song of mine. So yes, I attended that, and yeah, it was wonderful and inspiring.
Dream Higher Ceasefire. I like it. I hope we hear that song at some of the rallies coming up. I want to bring on our next performer, Louise Hetzler. Welcome, Louise.
Thank you. That was such a inspiring song. Thank you so much. And it had a beautiful melody and lovely guitar playing, and it was just really very hopeful and inspiring. So thank you. I'm going to do a song that I wrote in 2017. And in fact, a couple of months after I wrote it, I happened to sing it for Ben. I don't know if he remembers, at NERFA. And that's when he encouraged me to rejoin or join, or I had been a member many years ago, to join People's Music Network after I sang him the song. So I've updated a couple of the lines of lyric just to make it, actually yesterday I updated a couple of the lines to make it current. It's called The Trump Card. Is it democracy at work, or the Russians at play, leading to the circumstances we are in today? The question at hand can make it hard to sleep or eat. Could World War III be started with a tweet? We want to go on living, making fun plans. We don't want our day to die to be in Trump's hands. And speaking of hands, judges, please be quick. The work at hand is urgent, and that is to convict. Is it democracy at work, or the Russians at play, leading to the circumstances we are in today? The question at hand can make it hard to sleep or eat. Could World War III be started with a tweet? Deporting the dreamers, polluting the air, EPA shrinking till it's not even there. Building a wall is not what we choose, or truthful reporting being labeled fake news. Is it democracy at work, or the Russians at play, leading to the circumstances we are in today? The question at hand can make it hard to sleep or eat. Could World War III be started with a tweet? Inflaming race hatred by adding the sparks, encouraging drilling in national parks, grabbing women without their consent, a cruel and heartless president. Is it Democracy at work, or the Russians at play, leading to the circumstances we are in today. The question at hand can make it hard to sleep or eat. Could World War III be started with a tweet?
Bravo. Thank you, Louise. I remember when you pulled me aside and sang that song. Isn't that something we do? Like, oh, I got this song. I really want you to hear it. I want to bring on Marc Hecker, who is our next performer. Marc, would you like to share a word with Louise about the song she just shared?
Yeah, it's very telling. There seemed to be some satirical element to it, but I think satire is sometimes very appropriate in commenting on the issues that we face today. And I do, just commenting on both your song and the song before that, yeah, I think a ceasefire is very important. I am very devoted as a Jew to the state of Israel. However, I do think that Israel is doing some things incorrectly because I don't think Netanyahu is following the best possible policy in Gaza. And in terms of limiting the damage and loss of life in Gaza, I think that a ceasefire has to be considered, but we also have to get all the hostages back as well. Anyway, the song that I'm doing is by John Denver. And I've always loved this song, and what specifically I think is notable about it is that it has sort of a prophetic quality to it. Yeah, let me start it. So you speak to me of sadness and the coming of the winter, fear that is within you now that seems to never end, and dreams that have escaped you and the hopes that you've forgotten. And you tell me that you need me now and you want to be my friend, and you wonder where we're going. Where's the rhyme and where's the reason? And it's you cannot accept. It is here we must begin to seek the wisdom of the children and the graceful way of flowers in the wind. Sorry about that. I thought this would sound a little better. Okay. For the children and the flowers and are my sisters and my brothers, their laughter and their loveliness would clear a cloudy day, and the music of the mountains and the colors of the rainbow. There's a promise of the future and the blessing for today. Though the cities start to crumble and the towers fall around us, and the sun is slowly fading and it's colder than the sea, it is written from the desert to the mountains they will lead us, to by the hand and by the heart, and they will comfort you and me. For the children and the flowers are our sisters and our brothers, their laughter and their loveliness would clear a cloudy day, and the song that I was singing is a prayer to non-believers. Come and stand beside us, we can find another day. Thank you.
Thank you, Marc. Thank you very much. I want to bring on Via Lizzie. Hi, Via Lizzie.
Hi. Wow, Marc. That was a beautiful song. Hi. Made it here a little early, so I'm glad I could join you all. I'm sorry it's a sad song. Marc, you had a sad song. There's a lot of like mix of songs, but it's nice to have some fun ones, like, you know, some of you guys did. But this is another touching song that I wrote just a few months ago, and I guess it's called Prayer Hands and Blue Hearts. So it's really is a love song, but a lot of people have been losing loved ones, and I think it's relevant for everyone. So I'll just play a little solo on the violin, hope it sounds okay, and then I might do it a cappella a little bit. We'll see. Okay. Prayer hands and blue hearts, broken hearts, torn apart, snatched away, here to stay. Prayer hands and blue hearts, a dream, a kiss, memories, bliss, wrapped in gossamer, cocooned in a blur of prayer hands and blue hearts. You're my love from the start. Now all I've got, prayer hands and blue hearts. Whisk me away to a cave of clay. Hide me in your embrace. Cover me with black lace. Prayer hands and blue hearts. You're my love from the start. Now all I've got, prayer hands and blue hearts. Gentle, kind soul steals back to me. Touch me, caress me, feel me, love me with prayer hands and blue hearts. You're my love from the start. Now all I've got, prayer hands and blue hearts. It's dreamy on our way to everlasting love. It's dreamy on our way to everlasting love. Thank you.
Thank you, Liz. Bravo. We're going to bring on Ryc Ward. Ryc, are you with us?
Yes, I am indeed.
Oh, good. I hear you.
Oh, that was nice. Boy, that was just, you know what? A simple love song just cuts right through everything. It's like, I think that the degree to which we stray from that's when we get in trouble. I tell you what. I like that. It was had a nice reggae kind of a sound to it, and just, I liked it all together. We need more songs like that, and it's appropriate being so close to Valentine's Day as well. I didn't even think about that. So thanks for that. And I like the fiddle. It's wonderful to hear some fiddle, you know? Trying to get my
That's
fiddle
why I
into
usually play. Thank you. I usually have a guitarist play, and I just do a little solo in the middle. So I just threw it in the front. But thank you so much, Ryc.
Yeah, it was nice. All together.
Ryc, go ahead and make sure that original sound is enabled.
Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, man. Okay, it's right over here. Thanks for that. Enable sound, bada boo. Okay, that's better?
Yep, definitely.
Okay. All right, so my latest fun news. I get to play at the South Florida Folk Festival, and it was a blast. Over near Fort Lauderdale. Now, I try to do all original songs, and I do have a couple of new ones, but they're not really political. But I thought of a good song to play. This is a song by Rod McDonald, but I first heard it from Pierce Pettis, and I think it's appropriate for the times that we're in now. It's called Every Living Thing. Seem like there ought to be a way to look each other in the eye. See, we're all in this together. Put all false victory aside. Seem like there ought to be a way to turn some fear into trust. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is counting on us. Seem like there ought to be a way to separate freedom from the flag. See what's real in the illusion. Sometimes the beauty walks around in red. Seem like there ought to be agreement. We would rather live in peace than fight. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is on our side. Seem like if there's a God in heaven, we must have been but here to get along. See that life is for the living, to leave alive, living when we're done. Seem like the ship out on the ocean must fly on the wing of the dawn. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is reason enough. No matter what you say, there has to be a way. Every living thing is reason enough.
Bravo. Nice guitar work, Rick. We got Sally Campbell here writing in about your song. Hey, Rod McDonald, who wrote that song you just sang, is going to be performing at the People's Voice Cafe this coming Saturday night. That's People's Voice Cafe is in New York City. You all can come via live stream. Just go to the People's Voice Cafe website, peoplesvoicecafe.org. Thanks, Rick, for singing that song of his so that she could add the plug. It's a great song, and you did it great justice. Bet Paget wrote in, Rick, I've heard both Rod and Pierce sing this song, and I love the way you played and sang it tonight. Great song. Well done.
Thanks.
Well chosen. Barbara Dyskant, well chosen and well sung, Rick. The feeling shines through. Beautiful. And other comments are coming in as well. Thank you, Rick. Let's bring on our next performer. It's Lydia Adams Davis. And I just read what I can get from the chat. I know I missed some of the wonderful comments people are writing in, but those are a few of them. Lydia, do you have a word for Rick? And then tell us about your song.
Oh, sure. Let me make sure. Yeah, you can hear me. Hey, Rick. It's pretty good that you play well. You know, living in your car like that, it must be really cramped living in a car to play such fine picking. I've been aware of this man for several years now because of Zoom, and I actually don't play the guitar in the car. I actually don't drive anymore. I think of aging in a way of not driving cars so much as wondering if you've done anything that you'd be proud to see if you were looking at you, you know, from heaven or something. So I know Rod, very, 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 very good songwriter, would be thrilled that you just got those high notes so exquisitely and you felt that pathos, that poignancy with which he writes. I first met Rod when I was just learning about the village, way back, about 1970, I guess. Yeah. He even came to Brooklyn to visit my daughter and me. We went to a park, played on the swings. And he has that lightness as well as the severity and the seriousness and the depth when he writes songs. So he is a good choice, like Phil Oakes, who is no longer living, so we have to sing Phil Oakes songs too. I don't know exactly if this is going to work, but I always take risks, which is not what this song is about at all. So let's see how it goes. Do you think I'll go to heaven? Is there a heaven? Do you think I'll go to heaven? I've lived a simple life, but I got no education, and I never took a wife. I watched a lot of TV, and I drank a lot of beer. Do you think I'll go to heaven when I'm done with all my years? Do you think I'll go to heaven? Don't know why I've got such doubt. Been to church most every Sunday. Isn't that what it's all about? I stayed away from trouble even when it called on me. Do you think I'll go to heaven when my body sets me free? Years go by like cloudy skies. What was there for me? Was it pride that kept me locked inside? Set me free. Saying, how can this mess be? I won't be afraid. I slowly age and through the chance I've got to live. Just learned recently that all you gotta do is willing to give. Just learned a while ago, I don't have to let you know. I can just do and be me. Think I'll go to heaven, never done nobody harm, but I kept a safe distance instead of joining arm in arm. I guess I've been an island, avoiding any tears. Do you think I'll go to heaven? Did I waste all my years?
Beautiful song. That you wrote that was a co-write? It said
Yeah, that's
Lydia
Jackson,
Adams Davis and S.
Jackson
Brown.
Brown's brother. Yeah, Severin Brown.
That
So,
is
hey,
beautiful.
thank you so much.
It's great to have you back. It's great to hear you, Lydia.
March 23rd. March 23rd.
Talk about what's happening March 23rd.
People's Voice Cafe.
You'll be performing at People's Voice Cafe on March 23rd.
Yeah, with Pat LaManna and Char Levy. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm so excited. I've got her. Charlene.
Charlene.
Char.
Charlene Leahy.
Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. Some of the comments coming through on your song right now, Lydia. Yes, you'll go to heaven, says Donald Roby. Definitively. Absolutely charming from Stephen Suffet. Great song and performance, Lydia. Thanks. Passionate, thoughtful song, Lydia. Wonderful song. I want to get another word on Lydia's song from Paul Kaplan, who will be doing the next song.
Yay, Paul.
Okay, hi Lydia.
Hey there, I love you.
Yeah, it's wonderful you're tackling something we're all thinking about. We who are moving on in years, and I love to hear your voice and you're just playing. It's really lovely, and I really appreciate you doing that. As an atheist, it's hard to imagine heaven, but I think someone like you who's written songs that people are going to sing for a long time, to me that's heaven. But we don't want to go into all the theology of these things. So thanks for singing that. I really thought that was wonderful.
Thank you, dear.
Yeah, great to see you and hear you. So the song that I'm presenting is on video, and that's because it starts out as a regular song, but then ends up as a 4-part round, which I'm incapable of performing for you all. This song has been through various iterations. Some of you have heard it in previous ones. At one point, Roger Conant, a dear departed Roger Conant, suggested it should be a round, and I changed like 2 notes, and presto, it was a round. And the picture for this video is just Israel, because that's the current focus of so many of us. And I didn't want to go into pictures of this, pictures of that, pictures of that. Israel. So that's probably all I should say. It's called We Believe in Peace, and maybe it's naive, but we all know that music can make a difference. So we keep singing and hoping for the best, hoping it makes a difference. So why don't you roll it, Ben? Thanks for your help.
On earth, we believe in peace on earth. We believe
We all can sing in harmony. We all can sing in harmony. We all can sing in harmony. We believe in peace.
In Hebrew,
Anu ma'amini b'shalom. Anu ma'amini b'shalom. Anu ma'amini b'shalom. Shalom al pnei haaretz.
in Arabic,
Nahnu meinu bisalam. Nahnu meinu bisalam. Nahnu meinu bisalam. Salam Oulahan. We believe in peace on earth. 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 Anu ma'amini b'shalom. Anu ma'amini b'shalom. Anu ma'amini b'shalom. Shalom al pnei haaretz. Nahnu meinu bisalam. Nahnu meinu bisalam. Nahnu meinu bisalam. Salam Oulahan. We believe in peace on earth. 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 We believe in peace. We believe in peace.
You're muted, Ben. Yep.
Here we go. Yes, Paul, Bet Paget is writing, I love that you and everyone sings this in so many different languages of those who are suffering. We are here suffering with them. So all of us singing together makes it even more beautiful. I hope to see all of us singing with you. It's not hard to imagine that. So well done. Thank you very much, Paul. I want to bring on Bill Miller, who is from St. Louis, I believe. Bill, do you have a word you want to share with Paul?
I do, Paul. That was just lovely. The guitar, the drums, all the different languages and harmonies, and it just I don't know. It has a specialness to it that it's just hard to describe. But I hope it gets a lot of play.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
Another comment from Stephen Greenberg. Beautiful song and arrangement. I sure wish everyone in Israel would sing that song as immediately as possible. Thank you, Stephen.
Yeah, you bet. I wish too.
So, Bill, tell us about your song.
Hi, Bill Miller from St. Louis, and I have a song. It's not my own song. It's Mickey McConnell, an Irish singer and songwriter. And I first heard the song from Charlie King. It's on his Zoom concert, Irish concert with Joe Jenk, and it's called McKeown and I. And it's a little sad song, but it's very poignant, and it's about two guys that didn't make it in life, and they didn't have the opportunities that a lot of us had, and mainly they didn't have people who cared about them and helped them to see the beauty in themselves. And it really comes out in the song, and it makes me grateful to know that so many people around the world are actually caring for young people and just people in general who are in trouble, who made a wrong step and are getting back into their own, seeing how beautiful they are. So, McKeown and I. We built sand castles, McKeown and I, a summer holiday, a cloudless sky. They had turrets, towers, and battlements, a world away from our tenements of filth and rats and pawn shop rents, and no green place to play. They had flags that fluttered high and white, the moat and drawbridge for white knights. We watched them there with child's delight, till the tide washed them away. We're men of straw, we're men of sand. Our castles crumbled, never meant to stand. We're two born losers, sure to fail ere we've begun. We're snowmen built for melting in the sun. We built the scarecrow, McKeown and I. One wild September day, a troubled sky. On the farm in the reformatory, we built him tall as he could be, stuffed with straw from chest to knee, a hat without a crown. Tall as the dads we'd never known, a priestly coat around him thrown, a borstal king, but ours alone, till the east wind blew him down. We're men of straw, we're men of sand. Our castles crumble, never meant to stand. We're two born losers, sure to fail ere we've begun. We're snowmen built for melting in the sun. McKeown and I. One bleak December day, a bitter sky. In the prison yard where the convicts go, outside our cell in the lowest row, we built him of the purest snow, like two small boys at play. White as the judge who last year said, rot in the cell until you're dead. Black holes for eyes, we watched in dread as the sun burned him away. We're men of straw, we're men of sand. Our castles crumble, never meant to stand. We're two born losers, sure to fail ere we begun. We're snowmen built for melting in the sun.
Bravo. Thank you so much, Bill.
Thank you.
So what I heard in the song was a story about some when maybe they were kids at the beginning, and then they were building a sandcastle and then a snowman, and then by the end, one of the characters is in jail and being punished quite harshly. Did I get it?
Well, I think that two of them, they were both in prison at the end, and they were building the snowman together. They built the snowman and the scarecrow and the sandcastles all together through their lives, but they never really got out of kind of a downward trend.
Ah, okay. Interesting. And so who wrote the song?
Mickey McConnell.
Mickey McConnell.
Mickey
McConnell. And you heard Charlie King sing it, and he does sing a lot of songs about Irish folks. Were these people in Ireland or Irish folks in the United States?
They were in Ireland. That Borstal King is Borstal is a term for the kind of juvenile delinquent reformatory system in England, I think. So maybe even in Ireland, I don't know.
So they were imprisoned by the British Crown?
They were imprisoned by no, it wasn't a political thing. I don't think it was.
They were just like common criminals, right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you for sharing the song, Bill. Yeah, the Stephen Greenberg quoted one of your lines: "Were snowmen built for melting in the sun?" What a great line idea! Yeah. Thank you very much, Bill. Well, I'm preparing now to share my song, and then we will kind of wrap up the evening. But so I've been here like running tech and introducing people and such, but I'm Ben Grosscup. I'm the executive director of the People's Music Network. Been in that role for about 10 years. And I want to make a little bit of comment on some political issues now. And just to let you know that, in sharing what I feel about the politics, I'm setting up this song I'm about to sing for you. I don't necessarily represent the official views of the People's Music Network as an organization, which is a 501c3, in what I have to share. So I myself have been very active as a song leader and singer-songwriter going out into the movement for a ceasefire here where I live in Western Massachusetts. I've been out calling for a stop to Israel's bombing of Gaza. And one of the songs I've been singing is the one I'm about to sing for you now, which was written by David Rovics. And the name of the song is just Gaza. Now, David wrote this song in 2014, which was after Israel's brutal slaughter of the people of Gaza in that year. I mean, it was the worst bombing of Gaza they used to, the Israeli military officials were known for calling the periodic bombings of Gaza mowing the lawn. The idea being that Palestinians in Palestine are sick and tired of being occupied by Israel, which is what Israel is an occupying power, and they resist. They've been resisting ever since Zionism came to Palestine, because they see it as their land and they do not like being kicked out of where they're living, which is what has been going on with the occupation. So, it got pretty ugly in 2014, and I think even then, as terrible as it was, there's no way anyone could really even imagine the horrors that are unfolding now. And I'm going to change my background image. Actually, this is a image of a neighborhood in Gaza that was bombed by the Israeli occupation forces. So again, this song was written in 2014 about another moment in this ongoing brutal occupation by the Israeli government. 2.3 million people surrounded on all sides, refugees since 48, since 67 occupied. The only reason they're not starving is because of the UN. Most have never left there, stuck in the lion's den, the most crowded place on earth. And there they'll stay. They can't visit cousins a half hour's drive away. Drones overhead constantly. Who will die tomorrow? A daily mystery in Gaza. Settlers moved out. The fighter jets moved in. In Gaza, there's just no way that you can win. You can't take out a copter with an antiquated gun. You're just a target sitting in the sun, waiting for your death to come raining from the sky, watching as the wells steadily run dry. You can hear a sonic boom and see a flashing light every hour of the day, every hour of the night. In Gaza, there are no shelters, nowhere you can hide. Life is nothing like it is on the other side. There's nowhere to escape from the killing and the stress. The pilots bomb the hospitals where people convalesce. Yet still some people wonder, they insist on asking why anyone could give such a ghastly reply. They wonder how anyone could respond to it all by killing people just over the wall around Gaza. Freedom for Gaza. Freedom for Gaza. Fight for freedom for Gaza. Freedom for Gaza. Fight for freedom for Gaza. Freedom for Gaza. Fight for freedom for Gaza. Freedom for Gaza. Thank you very much.
Hi, I guess it's my turn to comment since I didn't get to do, I complained when I was the first one on that I didn't get to comment for anybody. So I put a note in the chat. Thank you for putting me on. That is a song that needs to be heard. That's all I could say. It is selling it true. It is saying it beautifully. It is saying it in a way, in a hurt that people need to feel. And you do a beautiful job, Ben. All I could say is I'm going to look up the lyrics to this one. I think it needs to be done. Thank you so much for sharing it, Ben.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. Thank you very much. Well, friends, please do spread the word about these song swaps. This is a great opportunity, I think, for people to get together and share, new songs. I think we heard a lot of new songs. Barbara, your song, the song Jason sang earlier in the evening were both songs that made their way through this creative process called If I Had a Song, the peer critique program that the People's Music Network offers. I think that we write better songs, frankly, when we come together in community and we take the craft seriously. And so I hope that people will continue to come together around this and spread the word about the event that's happening right now, going to be happening this time next month. Spread the word and let people know who are writing songs like this, that the People's Music Network would like to hear from them and would like to include them as we move forward. So I think with that, I will cut the live stream. And if people want to hang around for a few minutes, we can do that. Thanks a lot.